What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the H Time Rundown. This is your boy AD, and I got my co-host in the building, Auntie Swan. What is today, Swan?
Today is Friday, October 4th.
Uh huh.
Uh-huh. Let me
It's a
see.
it's a little special.
Anything special happened on this day?
Oh,
I was born on this day.
shout out, happy birthday, Auntie Swan. Let's go ahead and give her a good old hand clap, celebrate Auntie Swan for her
Thank
birthday.
you. I'm taking my virtual bow. Courtesy.
So it's a wonderful day on this Good Friday. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Yvonne says about that time. Shout out to AJ Show talking about Bills Mafia. Brandon, he say Solomon Birdies. You active already talking about yeah. Oh, so Lackville, let me let you know. We since the season started, we're going at 7:30 on Tuesdays and Fridays, brother. We ain't trying to be all night. So y'all come on in, join in. Chris said happy birthday.
Thank
Um,
you. Appreciate it.
but it is a wonderful Friday as the Houston Texans have a nice. I think it's the game of the week for CBS, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think we're the only team that is playing that both teams are over 500.
yeah. And what a wonderful time to be alive, right? And to be a
Yeah.
Texas fan. Yvonne said happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate
Brandon,
it.
happy birthday. But for sure, man, the Houston Texans has a game against the Buffalo Bills, and some people want to say it's revenge. It's a revenge game for Stephon Diggs. People Blackville as well. Says happy birthday. Yvonne
Thank
says
you.
Swan is 25.
Uh-huh. I wanna multiply that and plus.
What Sar say this morning? Christmas on a day. Uh,
Hey,
but absolutely, happy birthday, Auntie Swan again. But let's go right into it. We got a game on Sunday. How are you feeling about this game?
I actually feel very confident about the game. Um, it is week 5. It's our third home game. I think after last week's win, very close. And my understanding from what's that, James Palmer, that you never seen a team that won a game that's 3-1
Mm,
like they lost the game. So I'm glad to know that they were not happy
mm.
with the victory. You take it, but hopefully this week we have less penalties. I'm not gonna say no penalties, or just less penalties. We don't truly shoot ourselves in the foot and we handle business. But I know the odds makers gave 1 point favorite to the Bills.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's some little extra motivation to disrespect. But yeah.
Look, it's gonna swing again right before kickoff because we're gonna talk about these injuries on both sides of the football. But right now,
You're
King
missing
Folker,
but you're missing one more piece.
yeah,
What is actually Sunday?
huh?
What is actually Sunday?
What is Sunday?
H-Town Blue, baby.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But I do want to say this real quick. King Folker and Yvonne, y'all not about to talk about my black brother Mike G and his being late.
No,
Yeah,
he got excused tardy this time. It's excused.
yeah, his excuse. His
Yeah.
excuse. But definitely can't wait for the H Town Blue. Expect JJ Watt to be. I don't know how he gonna make that work. I don't know how he gonna be at CBS and at the Texan game at the same time. Um, but I think that's gonna happen. I think you're gonna see JJ Watt come out for the H Town Blue. But that field looks nice. Uniforms look
Ooh.
nice. I know my boy Larry and Stafford is pissed off because you can't find the H Town Blue jersey anywhere.
Yes. Well, okay. Yes, you can.
Mhm.
I don't know what side you are, but you can because I called around a little after 4 o'clock today because I was hoping
Oh,
that
they must have just got him in
no,
because
no,
Larry,
no,
Larry.
I asked because I have a specific one. I need the tank Dell. And
Yeah.
they said, no, that is still that Carter. They still waiting. It just says October, but they had Petrie and they had Damian Pierce.
Swan, that's a waste of a jersey. I'm not even about to
And
waste my money for neither
well,
one
not
of them.
for Larry, but Petrie is his five, Stafford.
Yeah, Swan, I'm not wasting my look. I'm not wasting my money.
Say,
I'm not
man,
wasting.
I wasted money on the jersey on quarterback.
But you got the autograph for it, so that wasn't a waste of a jersey. What I'm saying is, Larry and Stafford, our boyfriend of the pod, Larry and Stafford, tweeted out not that long ago, maybe like a couple hours ago, was pissed off because there were no more H Town Blue jerseys in the stores. Even my best friend, he tried to get a jersey. He said they sold out everywhere. Larry Stafford said the team store was sold out of the H Town Blue jerseys. Um, Yvonne, let me say this. I'll sell my season tickets before I get a Henry tour jersey. Uh, I'll pull a DJ and sell my tickets before I get a Henry tour jersey. Shout out Carlos, man, for always popping in. Shout out to him and the Just Fans podcast and the Blitz. I think it's Blitz on Pod podcast as well. And Ari Esquina. Yeah, I don't even know how to say it, but if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I apologize. But Ari Esquina um, network he's on as well. So shout out to Carlos, Rios, and Poppy of the Just Fans podcast. Appreciate y'all for coming through.
Yes.
Um, but absolutely. So this is gonna be an interesting game for me. um, because I feel like this could be it could go either way. This can be a statement game, or this can be a we ain't there yet game. Huh? And my thing is, I feel like it's not it's only one way. It's two ways it can go. If it's a tight game, we win. If it's a blowout game, we getting our ass blown out of this game, and we shouldn't. And it's gonna rear its ugly head. But
I
um,
don't see a blowout with us. I mean,
mhm.
even last year, we didn't get blown out at home.
Nah,
So who do we get blown out by at home?
no, I said nah.
Right. So my thing is, if we lose, it's not going to be a blowout. It would just be we lose by you know one score game, whether it's a touchdown or whatever. But I don't even anticipate that. I really don't. But I would like to see a blowout game from us. I would like to do that, but like I told
Nah,
you last week,
look,
I'm just gonna take the W.
Swan. Look, let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
Said that the Bobby Slugger, and what what does the boy Lee Corso always say? Not so fast, my friend.
Hey.
um, there we go. Hey, hold on.
Oh,
What
you
what
must have
the
heard
sound
Yvonne
effect?
talking about John.
Hold on. What a sound
I did
effect is.
not.
Hey.
Oh, yes, Yvonne and King Flocker
I
said,
pull those comments back up.
yeah.
Oh, what
She
is
laughing.
it? Hold on, here we go. We did
Now,
respond. Huh?
were y'all egging them on, or did they just do
No,
this
they came
on?
out of they just said it. There you go,
Look,
Mike G.
here we go. Mike G tardiness is expected. What's good, y'all? Happy birthday! So it is Swan's birthday.
Yes, happy
Um,
birthday, Swan.
Thank you, Mike G. Late
but
again.
yeah,
I said you had an excuse tardy this time.
Mike on time. Yeah, for Mike is on time. but we
Oh man.
but we just talking about the game. I was just saying I could see it going two ways. Either if it's a close game, we win. If it's a blowout, I see us getting our ass beat if it's a blowout. But I wanted to segue into that by going into the injuries, which is a big key to this game. The Houston Texans injury report reads as, and I'm just gonna read the people that's out and questionable. Derek Barnett is out. Joe Mixon is out. Jerry Hughes is out.
Oh
And
no.
right, both DNs, both backup DNs are out. So right now you have questionable is Damian Pierce, Jake Hansen, who didn't practice 2 days with a back injury. Um, who is this? Robert Woods, with a foot injury. Titus Howard, who didn't practice today with a hamstring injury. And then the two guys they were bringing back, Dylan Horton and Kurt Heinisch, are questionable. They were full participants in practice all week. And we will see if they are activated to the roster on Sunday. I'm assuming Dylan Horton would be one to be activated.
Right.
Yeah. And Tank is good to go, I presume.
Yes.
Yeah. Brandon said hard to see it being a blowout versus the Bills second string. I was just getting to that. Omar said happy birthday.
Thank you, Omar.
Brandon said Pierce been questionable the last 18 months.
Hey, Brandon, we're not doing that, all right? So at this point right now, we may need him to play.
Look, and Yvonne said, well, Brandon, you may, because Brandon brought up Solomon Bird. Let me say this. If Solomon Bird is on the field, oh, we in bad shape.
Hey, you said the same thing about Tua, and you was wrong.
You sure?
Yep.
Because I want to see Tua against Dalton Kincaid and Knox today.
I mean, neither one of them have done anything this season, so
His thing is,
I'm not too scared.
Funny, but I ain't trying to be fun. No, they numbers, they really happen. Yeah, go look at them. Trust me.
So let me read down the Bills injury report as well. Josh Allen was on the injury report with a left hand injury. I think he's still dealing with that, but he's going to play, of course. But Terrell Bernard, a pectoral injury, he's questionable. Teron Johnson, a forearm injury. I think he's one of the backup corners. He's questionable. And then you have Austin Johnson, defensive tackle, is out. Taylor Rapp, the safety, is out. Khalil Shakir, is out. Ed Oliver is out. So they're down 2 D tackles, a safety, their only wide receiver. And it looks like a linebacker and another corner is questionable.
And as well as Von Miller is suspended, so he will not be there.
Yeah, so that's a long list for the Bills. It's gonna be an interesting game.
Yeah. You might want to take the under.
Brandon said preseason is back. Yeah, I got it. I mean, I'll tell my prediction later on, but I expect to be a close game, but I actually expect for it to have more points than you probably think, because I expect
Eric Murray pick six.
Huh?
Sorry, I said Eric Murray pick six.
No,
hey, you know what?
It'll be a Jimmy Ward pick six.
Oh Lord,
that's more rare than the Eric Murray. But with all those injuries in the game, again, just like last week, setting up for the Texans, to dominate this game and put their footprint on. I know they have Josh Allen, but they don't have anything else but Josh Allen right now. Yeah, they have Cook, they have a running game, but they're one of the worst in the league in running the football, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it the opposite?
No.
You know what? You're right. I'm wrong. They're one of the worst in the league in stopping the run.
Yes,
that is correct. Yes,
some got to give, huh?
Yeah. They're pretty good in the pass. But with all those injuries, with the safeties, not sure that's gonna play out. You know, when it comes to, because their corner's been good. Rasul Douglas, and I forgot the other corner name. What's his name?
Benford.
Everybody, huh?
Benford, Christian Benford.
Benford, yeah, that everybody's been talking about. That's
Yeah, he's
fine,
really good.
but you still have quite a few weapons on the Texan side that you got to slow down. So
Now, can slow it allow them to produce?
Something's echoing.
no, that's only use one.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, that's the biggest question of the day. You know, people. I think so. This is a nuanced topic with Bobby Sloyd, and a lot of people don't really understand the concern that a lot of Texans fans have with Bobby Sloyd. I think people take Yvonne said it perfectly. Sloyd is inconsistent. We will never know. So it's the point of, like Yvonne was saying, with the inconsistency, and what is the Texans' identity with Bobby Sloyd? I mean, this is a year. How many games has it been? We played 2 playoff games, so 19 plus 4. That's what, 23 games that we've had with Bobby Sloyd.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't tell you what the Texans' identity is with Bobby Sloyd as your offense coordinator.
We don't know what it is because we know what he wants it to be, and because he cannot manifest that, we look disjointed, disconnected, and like then you and I talked about it previously. It's like he in his mind he does not understand his personnel. You have the quarterback, you have the weapons. It's okay to say we need to run the ball. Nobody's saying abandon the run. What we're saying is you need to sprinkle run in, but you need to be a pass first team and live off of the pass to set up the run. Versus I'm going to force the run, regardless if I only get 2 yards, and put me in second and third and long, and then we are 3 and out, or you get a first down and maybe 2, but then next thing you know, the drive stalls because everybody knows first, second down, you're probably going to run.
Yep. That's the identity right there. A lack of creativity. And we're going to run the ball for a second down.
Wait, hold up.
Look,
wait first, wait second, wait for Stroud to save it. Yeah, that is identity. But what did I say earlier? I said you have this idea of what the game plan is going to be. You can adjust, and then when you realize, oh shit, win a dog fight, we got to make something happen. Hey, CJ, do your thing. Put the cape on.
Yeah. So I'm going back to the part about the nuance because I want to state this, and then we can go into the keys of the game and everything like that, and matchups and everything. So when I talk about nuanced conversation around Bobby Sloyd, people don't realize, and I think it's because everybody sees the game differently. But when you watching the football game, and it's called flow. The Texans offense has no flow to it. And the meaning of we'll have one drive, well, it looks like okay, we own it, we picking it up, we doing the damn thing, and then the next few drives, it's like, what the hell? 3 and out, punt. I think we had 6 drives in the second half, right? Of this last game against the Jaguars. And if I'm not mistaken, it was punt, 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 game winning drive going down the field for 84 yards. So that's the inconsistency, is that like it's bad. Let me say this again. It's because it's nuanced, because people don't listen to understand, people listen to respond.
Yep.
And when we're talking about Bobby Sloyd, it's the fact like Bobby Sloyd can scheme them up. Not scheme. Let me rephrase that. He can draw the plays up with the best of them. He can draw up a play and it'll be excellent. But when you call that play is the questionable part. And so that's the biggest thing, is that people are calling about Bobby Sloyd's play calling not his play design.
Yep.
There's a sect that do have a problem with his play design.
I mean,
there is some overlap.
It's some, but I mean, everybody can question a certain play here, certain play there. But as far as like being consistent, situational football, not being predictable is the biggest complaint amongst those certain faction of Texan fans that are that are displeased by Bobby Slowick right now. Is, you know, it's it's just frustrating because you, like Swan said earlier, you have let me use this analogy because I'm all over the place right now. You have $1 million, but you steady buying knockoff Coach and Fendi and fake Gucci. You wearing Gucci and all of that stuff, but you a millionaire, but you still buying knockoff stuff. Like, you don't know how to use your money.
No, I think you don't. No, I'll go a step further. You don't realize you have money.
Yeah, right.
See, that's the difference.
That's the part of the analogy I wanted to say. Shout out to Big Sarge and Big Sarge Sports and Big Sarge podcast. You know, available where all you can get your podcast. I'm not as eloquent as he says it all the time, but wherever you get your podcast, you can also find Big Sarge Sports podcast. And he also does it on YouTube every morning. I think he said 5 days, Monday through Friday in the morning, 9:30. Y'all go check them out, Big Sarge Sports. See what I did there, Sarge?
And if you click that notification button, you'll get the alert every time he goes live. Actually,
he goes live every day in the morning around 9:30, between 9:30 10 o'clock. Y'all go check him out on YouTube, Big Sarge Sports on YouTube. But everybody's saying in the chat, pass the set up the run. Of course, Sarge, you already know we got your family. But just like Swan said, in layman's terms, Bobby Slowick has to pass to set up the run and learn how to call the plays. Appreciate it, Sarge. Always, man.
Yes, sir.
One day we want to be great like you, Sarge. If we can just get there one day, Sarge, I promise you. I'm telling you right now, Sarge, if I ever, and I say it again, don't let AD be a credential media member. If AD ever becomes a credential media member,
I'm gonna be one season.
I'm gonna be unbearable.
He gonna have one season, but they gonna yank yours the following season.
But I appreciate Sarge and all the content that he provides to us, man. We appreciate it, Sarge, and we thank you. But definitely, it's a situational football problem with Bobby Slowick. I said it last week, and I'm gonna say it again. In the third and fourth quarter, during those 5 punt drives, we would move the ball. We would get past the 50. We'll get first downs. And guess what happens after you get a first down?
Go backwards.
I'm handing the ball off for 2 yards or a negative play. Or if I'm not handing it off on first down, I'm handing it off on second down.
Yeah.
And then when it's still third and long because of a penalty or whatever, I'm throwing a screenplay.
I was just gonna say,
I'm throwing a screen pass. So I mean, it was so predictable, and it goes back to what we were saying when it comes to play calling, because I don't think anybody minds the screen pass.
Mm-hmm.
But if you called it on first down, do you know how effective that would be?
Mm-hmm.
If you had it where you were third and short, do you think anybody would be mad if you ran the ball on third and short? On third and one?
It might break his brain, but
and this is a good question by Omar. Does Bobby need to be in the booth?
Yeah, I think somebody like him, because he's not one of those that connects with the players. He's not a rah-rah kind of guy where he's got that kind of I'm not trying to be funny. Screen pass or draw run, yes. he would do better in the booth because he's just strictly the nerd and he needs to see it from up top because he ain't getting a feel for it on the sideline. And I don't feel like CJ and them get anything from him. I think you can get that from the positional coaches, but he coaches like he has to protect CJ at times.
Nah, I will say this.
Or you don't recognize. I know he knows he doesn't, but it's how you play call. That ain't Jimmy G out there. Okay. You don't have to play it safe. You can risk it, and it's okay because you have a smarter quarterback. Okay, you throw a pick. He had his second game that he's had a multiple pick. In his starting career. But I think CJ takes care of the ball very well. But it's also a learning curve too. Being afraid to let him cook, I hate using that term, but it is what it is. Letting CJ cook only makes you look better, makes your job easier. It's like after the first 15, 20 plays he got scripted, it's like at this point now, what do we do? What do we do? And and then if the defense does something that you're not anticipating, you don't know what to do. So then you go back to the old reliable way. You know what? I'll just run it.
I mean, you brought up, should we have him in the booth? I mean, we could just leave him in the locker room. Like you mentioned on the All 22 review show. By the way, y'all need to check that out if you haven't already. You mentioned that there were Jaguars fans like right in front of you that were like predicting the play call because it was so obvious.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah. Yvonne said, didn't he work on? Yeah, that's where he started out. And for the media, that's an amazing story to tell. How Mike Shanahan put him on the defensive side of the ball. Mind you, his dad. First of all, Bobby Slowick is a nepotism hire. Let's be honest, because his dad was on the defensive staff with Mike Shanahan, and he came along, if I'm not mistaken, or his dad was a defensive coach in the NFL. And he came along and they put him on the defensive side as an analyst. Then he moved over to the offensive side and became an OC. It's a great story. He's possibly a head coach. It's going to be a great story to tell. But I agree with Mike Yvonne, the locker room. But it's an enigma and it's a problem because this is the problem. And it's not necessarily the, because I'm trying to figure out a way how to word it. But you don't have all this talent and putting up the pedestrian numbers on offense that you're putting up. Yes, CJ had a great game. Yes, Nico Collins is having a great season. But you look at the stats of Tank Dell. Look at the stats of Stephon Diggs. Look at the stats of Dalton Schultz. Look at the stats of all your running backs. Literally, your whole offense right now is CJ Stroud and Nico Collins.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, I can go to anybody around the league and, find that combination of a quarterback having decent numbers and especially if your wide receiver is leading in the league, one of the leaders in the league in passing and receptions, and receiving yards. So, yes, your quarterback is kind of tied to it. But I look at the game last night in Atlanta and Tampa Bay.
Good ass game.
Great game. Overtime.
500 yards from Kirk.
Hold on, people. 545. People want to sit up here and say, "Oh, people want Bobby Slowick to have CJ throwing the ball 60 to 70 times." How many passes did Kirk Cousins throw yesterday?
60.
Yeah. 500 and some yards with how many touchdown passes? I think it was 4 or 5 four touchdown passes.
Yeah.
Um, so
Not
hold
that
on.
we're asking for that every week,
Hey,
but we
hey,
want to
this
see
is
No,
some of
you
that.
know,
hold
at
on,
some
hold
point,
on, hold on, hold on.
Nico
Nico
Collins.
Collins,
That
he
was
said Nico
awesome.
Collins like
You,
Kendrick. He say Nico Collins like Kendrick Lamar. Man, fuck the big three. It's just
It's
Big
just
Nick.
big me. That's awesome.
oh look, Nico trying to get his 2,000 yards. He trying to get there, trying to break
You
that
might
1,000
get
yards.
there.
So
At this
uh
rate,
Lakeville said I think Bobby found Bill O'Brien's 2018 playbook in his office because his office reminded me of the 2018 Texans. And they didn't have they were injury riddled and they didn't have much of nothing in 2018. Um
What do
but
we have to give Detroit to like
that ain't
bring
Mike.
Ben Johnson over
Mike,
SOC
I
for
would have
half a
I will
season?
after watching last night, I would want Zach Robinson. I would want I don't know who Tampa Bay's OC is. I want him too.
Liam,
Um
yeah, Cohen
so
from
let
Kentucky.
me so the point I want to make when I bring up last night's game is that Atlanta has a some people won't say that their offensive line is great, but they have a lot invested in that offensive line. They have, I think, 3 first rounders invested in that offensive line in Atlanta. I know 2
It's
for
not
sure.
even a great O line. It's just
it's
decent.
not.
It's
They
not.
complain about
It's
it.
and I'm okay. I'm
Yeah,
okay with it not being. That's not the point I'm trying to make. My point
sure.
is, it's a similarity aspect.
Right.
They have 2 really good running backs. Some would say great running backs, and Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier. And yet, what did Atlanta do when they could not run the ball with Bijan Robinson or Tyler Algier, especially in the second half?
Fuck it.
They
Kirk
put that
ain't
ball in
happy.
Kirk. They put that ball in Kirk Cousins' hand and said, "I don't care where it go. It just need to go." And so, you saw Drake London break out.
Yeah, I
You
mean, but
saw,
these are superstars like Darnell Mooney and Kaderil
man,
Hodge and
PV.
McLeod. Like these are superstars, right? Or wait, are we working with much bigger superstars in H Town? Like
um, I'm gonna talk about that in a minute.
Balake.
Yeah, Frank Z. CJ finna throw for 350. I mean, he threw for 350 last week.
345. He threw for 345
There
Sunday. It just didn't look
you
like it.
go.
Because
There
hold
you
up.
go, Yvonne. You know. PV alumni won the game last
Oh,
night. If
okay.
y'all not mistaken,
Okay.
just to let y'all know. There you go, Lakeville. So I that my point is that the offense can change. It can be fluid. It can be one game like the Joe Mixon game week 1 where we running it down your throat.
Almost.
Pause. So, and it can be like the game last night where you throwing for over 500 yards. You're not running successfully, but you're moving the ball consistently.
Right.
Atlanta never had a problem moving the ball last night,
Uh-huh.
even though they were dropping back to throw every other play. They were not moving the ball. They did not have a problem moving the ball. So my thing is the Texans offense can be that. It can be a run heavy if it presents itself. If the run
Mm-hmm.
game is on, you roll with it. But if
Like
it's
week
not,
one.
right, if it's not, be able to pivot. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the nuance of the conversation of people and
Right.
fans is that stop beating a dead horse. Stop beating a dead horse. Lakeville 2011, brother. I think what you graduated in the fall or the spring. Let me know if you graduated in the fall or the spring. Um, but penalties, yeah, penalties is a big factor. But guess who also had a lot of penalties last night? Atlanta.
Mhm.
Atlanta.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same way.
Not the
It
same way,
was.
but they had a lot of penalties that brought them back because especially at the end of the game, Swan, if I'm not mistaken, they had a big holding call.
Yep.
It
They
brought
did.
them all the way back.
He just got it
and,
right back.
and they just went right back down and like it didn't even
One
phase them.
second.
So I don't want to keep hopping on it because this is gonna be a weekly conversation and everything like that. And it's gonna piss a lot of people off. But at the H Time Rundown, we
Hashtag.
hashtag piss people off all the time. But what I don't want is what I hate in this conversation when we're talking about Bobby Sloyd is I said it earlier and I'm gonna say it again. People listen to respond rather than listen to understand what the conversation is. And just like breaking it down, people saying Bobby Slowick is bad, yeah, that's fine. You can take that as what you want. But over exaggerating to the point where people are saying, making a generalization saying people want Bobby Slowick fired right now. Nobody's making that observation that yeah, we know like if we had a choice this off season to move on from Bobby Slowick, we would. A lot of people would, but to say that we want him fired right now is just an over exaggeration. To say that we want the Texans to throw the ball 60, 70 times a game, that's just an over exaggeration. And they do it in a condescending way to try to poke fun or whatever and try to make what people are talking about the conversation illegitimate. And that's not the case. This conversation is valid. It's a very legitimate conversation. With all of this stuff and all the hype in the off season, with CJ Stroud as your quarterback, your offense should not be hindered at all. Your offense should not be struggling at all. Regardless of what you want to say, and they want to pinpoint the offensive line. You can pinpoint the offensive line all you want. I've seen teams with worse offensive line have better offenses than what we've had. Um, and we see it all the time. It's a damn shame that the Tennessee Titans have scored 30 points in the game before the Houston Texans. That to me, that should be a slap in the face of any Houston Texan fan.
Yep.
Like,
Yes.
hold on. They scored 30 points with Will Levis and Mason
Man.
Rudolph.
And
Yeah.
you know what? If I got to pick, I'll take winning my way than putting up that many points and then being 1-3.
Right, and I'm what I'm saying is that I'm not trying to say the record or anything. And you can say about the way we're winning. I think it's the way we're winning
That's what I'm
that
saying.
has people frustrated. Like you and we have to not be so content because if every game is like this the whole season, it doesn't spell well in the playoffs.
No.
Because you can't win ugly. Every game that you win can be an ugly win. And then when you get to the playoffs, expect to win and make it far. Because if you win in barely the whole season, when you get to the playoffs, you one and done. We see it all the time. You one and done. It's not consistent enough. It's not like if you're struggling on offense, I don't give a damn how great your defense is. In this day and age, you don't see these type of defensive teams. You don't see the Baltimore Ravens of Ray Lewis and them defensive teams. You don't see, the old Pittsburgh Steelers type defenses. You don't see these defenses where you win games 13-10 or 10-7 or 7-3 or something crazy like that. That's not this style of game. The Texans have a great defense. But oh, now I'm echoing. They have a great defense, but it's not a defense that's going to be able to hold an opponent to under 20 points, especially in the playoffs. Because right now this offense is struggling to get barely over 20 points. So if your defense can't hold and I'm talking about even the Chiefs without Rasheed Rice and Marquise Brown and a slump year for Travis Kelce, the Chiefs look very beatable this year. But I'm telling you this right now, if you're not able to put up at least 30 points on the Chiefs, it's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for disaster. You're not going to win that game. Same thing with the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens is a run-heavy team. If you're not capable of putting up 30 points against the Baltimore Ravens, I don't give a damn how great your defense is. We saw it last year in the playoffs. Defense was playing their asses off. And guess what happens? In the second half, they took over because the offense did diddly squat. They couldn't do anything to take the pressure off the defense. Like the Texans offense could not do anything to take the pressure off the Texans defense against the Baltimore Ravens in that playoff game. So I'm gonna end it here because we've been talking about 20 minutes on Bobby Slowick's offense, and it's very passionate because what I hate is that this is starting to divide the fan base similar to how Davis Mills did. And I said it last week, and I don't understand it because we're a winning football team, and we as a fan base with so many different opinions, so many you know, nuanced opinions, and so many different talking points, we should be able to have conversation without all the back and forth and everything like that. Yeah, people argue and yell, but what's the Texan space without arguing and yelling? We've been doing this for like 3 years now. The only peaceful space that I think we've ever had was the space last year after the Browns playoff win. That
Yes.
is the last peaceful space that we ever had as a fan base. Probably one of the only ones that we ever had.
But can
Something
we
like
not evolve? It's like, okay, same thing we want Bobby to do, evolve. Just because that's how we started off, because we were ass, we were doodle
yeah, which
juice,
yeah.
everything. But you would think by now we would progress where we can be in spaces and we can actually be
Yeah, we can
happy.
be yeah.
But I mean, but it's like we accept the norm is that hey, we just go do this and da 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 da. Partly, I think some people are waiting to see if Bobby will figure it out, so they're doing a wait and see. I was one. I said, give me 4 weeks because even
You
though
done waiting
he,
now, ain't you?
huh?
You
No,
done waiting
no,
now?
no, no, no. I'm done waiting for him to figure out because I treated like it was 4 preseason games. So
Yeah.
your preseason is over with as far as I'm concerned. This week is where you've had your worst game because I mean you got baby all by the Vikings. So
No diddy.
everything went wrong in that game. Nothing.
This is
Uh,
true. This is true.
you had
The
one of your
spaces.
better games against the opener, even though because we put up 29 points. But it was one of our better games. So and then you've had two ugh, mid to bad games are
I
still,
don't.
won. So my thing is that you done seen both sides. You where CJ can
What so
focus.
what two games were offensive explosion games? Because you said that we out of four
No,
is
no. What I'm saying is the first game,
I understand. I got you on the first game, but what's the
right?
second game?
No, I'm saying is you did it with the run, so
Yeah,
you saw from that standpoint. We didn't put up the points, but it wasn't because we weren't in position to put
Right.
up points. Because one was a touchdown that CJ missed. Um, that idiot muffed a punt. So you don't know how that drive would have went. We saw where they could have put points up and they were killing themselves with penalties. So there, CJ had a great game. So when I say that is that I've seen two instances where the run could be great, the pass could be great, minus us shooting ourselves in the foot. And then you had two ass games and you got lucky and won those. So to me, you got enough tape now to do some self-scouting to say, okay, I know what's working, was not working, and until Mixon come back, I got to do something different. So I expect game 5 for you to take the first 4 games, and you should have did that this week and figured out taking something from each one and
and
see it
putting it
was working.
together.
You done seen
Yeah,
different defenses
yeah,
in those 4 weeks. Nobody was exactly the same. So you should know what works, what don't, or
yeah.
what you got to put on hold.
Yeah.
So
So speaking of that, what can we do in this game against Buffalo?
um
Give me some matchups that we should be able to take advantage of in this game that'll give us the keys to victory.
it starts up front, starts in the trenches. One, penalties. I know it's like being a dead horse, but it really is what it is. Um, I think with the fact that they're missing some key guys, a couple of key guys on that D line, I feel as though we and including Bobby Slowick, you got to figure out how to scheme and protect your guys from these goddamn stunts. Because we're getting killed. I'm hoping. Uh,
Hold on, let me say this real quick. So on Texas Fan Rehab said the spaces after Chris pass was the only peaceful one that he can recall. Um, yeah, that was a tough one. I think it was more somber than peaceful.
Right. Reflection. So
Yeah.
first, starting off with the trenches. Second, we have got to get into a flow of moving the ball. Okay. This you know, pass, run, whatever the fuck you want to do on first down. Then you got to huddle up, and then you got to get the play in and whatever. No, I need you to speed it up just a little bit. It ain't got to be complete no huddle going all the way down the goddamn field, but mix it up a little bit. Get a flow, get some easy passes, Can you add some check downs or something in there? These long development routes. Can we tighten that up? I know that their secondary is hurting right now, and you're going to take your shots here and there,
Right.
but I still need it to be smoother. I need the play calling to make sense.
Right. Hold
I
on.
think it's damn John Mechie.
Hey, look, I agree with you on the John Mitchell. Real quick, YNG Alpha Cobra said Howard is expected to play per Aaron Wilson. I don't trust Aaron right now because Aaron lied and said that Joe Mixon was on track to play, and 2 days later, Joe Mixon is not playing.
Okay, he may have been
I
on
know.
track to play.
I'm just being facetious.
Okay, I was gonna say, hey.
But go ahead with the John Mitchell point that I'm
Yes, I'm not understanding what John Mechie did to Bobby Slowick.
Robert Woods and Steven Sims. Look, at this point in time, put John Mitchell back there on punt return.
Yeah.
Like, and kick return. Like, at this point, John Mitchell can't be worse than Steven Sims has been.
Okay, I'm a little frustrated with that. The Xavier Hutchinson and Bobby Trees blocking wide receivers. Can you call some goddamn because everybody knows when they come in, they're coming in to block.
It's what's the word, Swan? What is it?
Telegraph.
Predictable.
Yeah. His thing is because you are predictable, you could actually call a pass play and shock the goddamn defense because they wouldn't see it coming.
Well, let me say this. When he's called to pass plays when they're in there, it's been on crucial downs and wrong again. Timing.
Right.
You call that play to throw the defense off in the Bears game. You put Xavier Hutchinson in on a 3rd and 5. You put Xavier Hutchinson, Robert Woods, Xavier Hutchinson, and I forgot who else. And 2 tight ends on the field, and you took off Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Stephon Diggs. You took them off the field on a crucial 3rd down, and then what do? You run a quick slant to Xavier and Hutchinson.
Yeah, nobody was afraid that he was
exactly
going down. He was going past the sticks.
He didn't go past the sticks.
No, I'm saying nobody was. No, I'm saying this. Nobody was worried about him going past the sticks because we know.
So I don't want to keep beating the dead horse of Bobby Slowick because we will.
Well, that's on the offensive side. I'm gonna go. So now, special teams. Unfortunately, Steven Sims is still on the team, y'all. So that means his black ass gonna be out there on punt return. Can you fair catch the motherfucker? And if you're gonna do it,
I don't even want him to touch the ball no more. Let it
bounce. He gonna have him out there. If you
Peter,
are going
fair catch it.
Peter, get out the way.
No, hold up. If you're going to do that, can you make sure you're really under the football and is or just go out of bounds? God damn it, hell.
Swan, he was damn near out of bounds when that ball hit him on the shoulder. Dude, you can't make this up, man. How you?
So hey,
I don't know. Maybe if he wear a visor. Maybe he can see a
Damian
little.
Pierce is back, so
Supposedly.
I don't know.
We don't
Maybe
know.
maybe we'll get us a kickoff. For a touchdown kickoff return.
That ain't happening.
Defense.
I don't know why y'all got faith in Damian Pierce and kickoff return.
Hey, same reason you
Listen,
got faith in
Who
Kenny
is
Green.
y'all?
hey, I'm talking about the people. Cause I'm not look, I got hype and I said it, and I was being honest. I said if Steven Sims didn't return that kick in the playoff game, Steven Sims would not be on this roster right now. And I'm gonna say it again for the fans that love them some Damian Pierce on kickoff return. If Damian Pierce didn't run that kickoff back, would you still be hollering about Damian Pierce as the kickoff returner?
No, because I wouldn't know he could do it.
Exactly.
But anyway, but defense, we have got to get home. What is that? Hold up. The way they are playing, they might as well have Tommy Thompson catching the punt. Kick it back.
He say save us 5 minutes.
Hey.
But yeah, go ahead, because I agree with that point as well about getting home to the quarterback.
The pressures are nice. Don't get me wrong, because with Josh Allen, pressuring him this year, so far he hasn't, so he's overdue, long overdue. Pressuring him, you can force him to throw them bad interceptions. But I actually need you to get home and put somebody on their ass. Will Anderson. I need me a sack and a half. God damn it. I prefer 2.5, but give me a sack and a half. It's Josh Allen. Danielle Hunter. I need a sack and a half.
Yes.
Will Anderson is known for pressuring the quarterback and not getting sacks.
But hold on.
I think his senior year, not his senior, but his last year at Alabama, he had the great stat of, what was it, 1,800 pressures and only 9 sacks in the season that year. I think he's known for pressuring the quarterback. He's just not able to finish.
Are you calling him a stuntman?
No, I think he need to go into the witness protection program with Diddy.
Oh hell no, no, you not. No.
Maybe he'll learn how to finish.
No. Oh, whoa, no. AD, no. Hell no. Like that.
Look,
Danielle Hunter
doing himself like that.
I need some of them 16 sacks plus. You was doing the year before, whatever. I need to see a little bit more of that.
Yes.
Somebody's got to get off, and I ain't saying no pause. Okay, I just said it.
Man, say yeah, he not getting the press back.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I need somebody to get home. So I need D'Amico. I need you to dial it up. Keep him off balance. I ain't saying you gotta blitz the whole game, but god damn it, if you ain't getting home with 4, it's okay to send 5 or 6. You know what? It's okay if you send 7. Mix it up. I don't have an issue with our linebackers
against
as a
Chicago.
whole.
Now, granted, Chicago.
Yeah, that's saying this. I don't have an issue with the linebackers as a whole. Aziz, hey, secondary, y'all got to tighten up because y'all ass got.
Speaking of Aziz, sidebar, real managed moment right here.
Okay.
I implore all the fellas to go and do your research on Aziz Al-Shaair's. I don't know if it's his fiance, his girlfriend. I know it's not his wife. But y'all go ahead and check out, because right there, that alone, he need to sign a 5-year contract with the Houston Texans.
Wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute. Excuse me. So I know it's not his wife. So he's married, and y'all looking at a side piece?
No, he's not married. He's not married.
Oh, okay, got you. I got you. Not for say, hold up, wait a minute.
No, I think it's his girl or his girlfriend or his fiance, one of the two. But
Okay,
I employ y'all to go.
is she the milk family?
No, no, no,
Oh,
no.
okay, then yeah, okay. Okay,
She's a
you can
sister.
promote it then.
She's a
Okay,
sister.
okay.
She's a sister.
Okay, no,
All day.
okay, you can promote it. Go for it.
But yeah, I employ all the men to go and check her out. Hey, really impressed. He deserves a hand clap too. But let
Oh, okay. She probably
so
does that for him.
she makes some clap. um, but I think Swan hit on all the points. Mike, do you have any additional points, keys to the game, or what we need to do?
Yeah, need to mix things up. Um, as far as play design and situational football on both sides of the ball. I don't expect this to be a high scoring game with as many injuries as both teams have, particularly with Mixon and Shakira. They kind of stand out. Um, yeah, I mean, don't be afraid to pass the ball on first down. Don't be afraid to pass the ball on second down. Don't be afraid to put the ball in CJ's hands.
Mm.
You are not working with Brock Purdy as your quarterback. You're not working with Brock Osweiler as your quarterback. You got a one of the top quarterbacks in the league. It's time we started acting like it. And obviously, the ground game is going to suffer a little bit without our top running back.
Mhm,
So plan accordingly.
mhm.
So dial up some pressure, dial up some mixed coverages. Um, that there aren't any Bills receivers that scare me, so we got that going for us.
Are there any Bills
You ain't
receivers?
scared of Keon Coleman?
No,
I'll say it again. Are there any Bills receivers?
I mean Kincaid is capable of having a
They're
big
not the
game.
Kincaid. So we're gonna see a bunch of 12 personnel.
Yeah.
Curtis Samuel hasn't done anything this season. Keon Coleman will have a play or two, but you know.
So this gonna be the
So
Curtis Samuel game. He gonna go off. You saying we gonna make him look like he prime? No,
I'm saying we need to watch Josh Allen and make sure we got a spy so that he doesn't rush for 200
oh, they
yards.
will have Murray on Coleman.
Look,
He gonna have his breakout game.
look. Let me say this: if they put a spy on, if they want to do that, Mike, then Eric Murray needs to be the spy. Eric Murray needs to be the spy because the damn show can't be Henry Tortor. Um, and I'm not wasting Aziz on that.
I mean, there's Petrie.
Uh,
Eric Murray needs to be
okay, like I said,
the.
this. I
Hold
mean,
on. Let me
I
say
need
this. I'll rewind. I will take you back to week 1 on the goal line, Mike. With Jalen Petrie tried to make a tackle on Anthony Richardson. What
no,
happened?
no, 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 no. Hold up, no. He had him. He just could not hold him. And I'm sorry,
And I'll say that,
250.
and I'll say it again. What is Josh Allen? Josh Allen ain't but about 5-10 pounds less than Anthony Richardson. They
Right.
about the same damn size and play damn near the same damn way. So I'm
I
not
mean,
about to.
Allen can throw the football though, but
I
To
mean,
who?
hey,
No,
himself,
no, I'm saying this.
Swan.
No, I'm speaking on Sunday. Who ordinarily I would say I agree with you, but I'm saying on Sunday, who is he throwing it to that he could go deep on you? Right now, everything is gonna be intermediate, short and intermediate, and they're gonna run the ball. What? Why you?
hey man, we already had that report about them reporters up there meat watching.
Oh
In
Lord.
the locker room. Then Swan want to talk about another man going deep on another man. Uh, they already got these suspect reporters in there.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, that. Yeah. But I want to go in and touch on it, man. Offensively, I've spoke on it ad nauseum tonight. You have to be like you have to keep the flow of the game. You have to keep the flow of the offense. That's the key, regardless of how you do it.
Mhm.
Cam, I thought Damian Pierce was blind after watching the film. I think Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder could see more than Cam Akers at this point. Um, because it ain't there. Um, but I do think you have to keep the flow of the offense, Keep the ball moving down the field. Don't get stagnant. Yeah, you can try to run the ball, but don't let that, as we've all said all night, don't let that be. Don't do this to a point where you're forcing the situation. If it's not working, pivot, move on, and do what you need to do. Um, Yvonne said Akers run in slow motion. Um, when you ain't got no Achilles, I think that'll slow you down. Um, he said Jerry Jones and Skip Bayless are the same person. But as far as that, to me, that's the offensive game plan. Offensive line, of course, we've said it ad nauseum for 3 weeks now. Limit the penalties on offense in general. Limit the penalties on offense. If you limit, you should be successful on offense. Defensively, Swan already said it. Get home to the quarterback. Um, make Buffalo beat you make Buffalo beat you in the pass game. Like, if you stop the run, you stop James Cook, you stop Josh Allen running the football, you limit that run game, and you try to make them beat you with Curtis Samuel, even though I like Curtis Samuel. With Curtis Samuel, Keon Coleman, Kincaid, and Knox, like it, make them beat you with those guys. If they beat you with those guys, GG's, y'all got it. But that forced them to stop the run, force them to pass the ball. And when you get them in those situations, and one thing is pertinent: if you score the ball early on offense, they have no choice but to pass the ball. And you make it easy on your defense because you already know what they have to do. You put up 21 points early, they calling it a game. That's it. They calling it a game. They're gonna call if you put up 21 points and you steady moving.
They go sling. No, they go sling it, and you got opportunities to go to the house.
Yeah, yeah. And I think Sarge, shout out to Big Sarge. Sarge said it earlier today that Josh Allen doesn't have a turnover.
That's what I said. No, he has fumbled. He doesn't have an interception yet.
He doesn't have he's fumbled. He has was the fumble
in the game.
lost?
He did it. He did it in the Baltimore game.
Huh? Was it lost?
He did it in the Buffalo game. I mean, I'm sorry, the Baltimore game.
That's what I'm saying.
The team recover the fumbles? What he's asking.
I could have swore Baltimore recovered the ball. I know he has no interceptions.
Right. So regardless, he's been Josh Allen like this year so far.
Yep. He overdue.
Josh, he's overdue. I said it to Big Sarge. This is going to be a monster turnover game for Josh Allen. I can easily see 2 to 3 interceptions and a fumble loss from Josh Allen this game.
I got a pick and a fumble.
It's multiple picks. He gonna throw more than one pick easily. That's my hot take if you want to say that. Josh Allen is gonna give you 4 turnovers this game.
Well, shit, we don't need to worry about nothing then.
So far, his first season in forever without Diggs. Coincidence? So you saying Diggs is the reason why he turned the ball over?
Some say that. No, some say because he was trying to force feed it. That is what some folks say.
But they didn't have anything. Oh man.
Well, they ain't got anything
now. No, they. You're right. They ain't got nothing. But he's not. You don't see no 500-yard game from Josh Allen. That ain't gonna happen this year. And then you said he hasn't been as productive. Yeah, that's right. I mean, my thing is, I think is keys to the game is make them turn it over. Make Josh Allen have a Josh Allen game where he turns the ball over. You do that, that's one of the easiest keys to the game for winning the game. You get those 3 interceptions because I can easily see Derek Stingley picking them off once or twice.
Lassiter
can get one. Hell, Jalen Petrie may get an interception this game. So let's see how it plays out. But definitely, like Swan said, Will Anderson and Daniel. I'm about to call him Daniel. Daniel Hunter.
Well, he may be
Y'all need
Daniel
to.
till he can't be Daniel till he get his
He
damn
gonna be Daniel
six
till
pack.
he get his act together.
Yeah, we can't
Hey,
call you Daniel. Goddamn it.
hey, you can be cyborg all you want to, brother, but I need you to be cyborg and get into the quarterback. Dawkins is their starting tackle. He's injured, but he's gonna play, but he's injured. Take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Get to the quarterback. Tim Settle and Mario Edwards and Foley, Fadakowski,
Mm-hmm.
and wasn't it Khalil Davis, and then supposedly we may get Dylan Horton and Kurt Heinrich back. We'll see. But definitely got to get pressure up the middle, stop the run, and get pressure on the quarterback and make them force them to pass the basketball, pass the football. Um,
So you got to put him in third and long, second and
Put them
long.
in third and long, second and long, make them do some weird shit, to get that first down to move the ball.
But the most
Um,
important thing is on third down,
yeah,
get off the damn field.
yeah. Um, yeah, I mean you could dial up the blitzes and everything, but the problem with that is that if you dial up the blitz and Josh Allen escapes that pocket, it's over with. He going down the field. So you have to pick and choose your spots on the blitzes. But I do agree you need to pressure
Yeah,
him, but you need to pick and choose because if you blitz heavy, Josh Allen will run out that pocket and be gone because it ain't
yeah,
no linebackers, ain't nobody to stop him. It'd be
yeah,
20-yard run to pop, and that's a problem.
yeah.
But let's go ahead and get these score predictions. So I'll start with Mike G. What you got?
Kind of going back and forth on this game, honestly. Um, the injury to Mixon is big. I think the injury to Shakir, despite him not having a bunch of big games, is significant for the short to intermediate chain moving game for the Bills as well. I got the Texans pulling it out late, 23-20.
Mm, okay, Swan.
I had told you earlier, but mine is 28-24 Texans.
28-24. Sorry, y'all. I'm typing. Um,
Mm. So that's you doing?
yeah,
That's what I call
yeah, that's what it's called. They're a little slow.
pecking. You mean pecking?
Yeah, picking. Then we got Yvonne say she has it 21-10 Texans. Brandon has 30-17 Texans. Stop touching niggas with your hands. Said Texans 32-21.
We getting the safety.
Hey, no, you can hell, we got 29. You can get them another field goal. That's 32. Um, Dre Day say 28-14 Texans. I'm telling y'all now, man. I'm not letting this go. Okay. I told y'all my prediction for the Texans is gonna be the same as far as points scored, close to in that range of points scored. They always gonna score 30 points until they score 30 points. I'm gonna
All
keep
right, Bobby Sloyd.
I'm gonna keep praying and hoping that the Texans eventually get their act together and score 30 points. Um, but this game I have the Texans scoring 34 points to the Bills 13.
Whoa.
Um, yeah, I'm giving them they just do. The Texans are due for a blowout, and even though I said it's gonna go two ways is either gonna be a close game or a blowout. I'm just erring on the side of unpredictability that the Texans actually have one of those games where they blow the Baltimore, they blow the Buffalo Bills out.
Yeah, go
We
and
got
speak
like
into existence.
2014 Arian Foster back there.
Hey, well, let me say this: if the Texans do that on Sunday, all that media hype and Josh Allen MVP and all of that stuff, all that's gonna start crashing back down to earth.
No, it ain't. They gonna tell you he was missing his wide receiver.
Give
Josh gets
dang.
protected. Josh gets protected by the media. So
I
they
wonder why.
won't. uh,
No, I wonder why. I mean, why? Um,
Mm,
you know why, Swan?
hey, but he ain't the only one they do that to.
Who else they protect? I want to know who else they protect.
Mahomes gets protected.
He's white.
Okay, see, I'm glad somebody else said it. Finally. Because once I want to go to, his daddy black. Look how. No, okay, anyway.
His daddy took all that black with him. You know, every little bit of black, he took it all.
He
So I
said,
don't know
"Want to
what he
drain it
gave
all out
Patrick.
of him."
You see, hold on. If you ever go, I want people to go see Patrick Mahomes' family portrait. Not with his daddy and mom. I'm talking about just Patrick Mahomes, his wife, and his baby. That is a white family. That is the
Fried chicken.
fried chicken.
Oh God.
That I don't look. Name, look, here we go. Brandon said Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, Brock Purdy. Like these are all
Hey, you got folks that protect Lamar. 2-time MVP
Swan.
Lamar.
They don't protect them like they protect Josh
They keep
Allen.
saying, hold up, they keep saying that he's still, top 5, top 2, top 3 quarterback, and hey, keep saying he ain't got no weapons.
I
you
mean,
know.
for a while that was true. Here's another one, Aaron Rodgers. The list goes on and on.
Uh-uh. Oh man. We saying it's privilege.
Yeah, Jared Goff. But again, CJ Stroud is on that. They love CJ Stroud right now.
They do.
But I guarantee you, CJ Stroud has a string of games where he looks bad. They are going to crucify CJ Stroud. And then here we go, Andy Dalton, Davis Mills.
Oh man.
Oh man. But I think everybody's expecting the Texans to continue that, start another winning streak. 1-2 in a row. Let's win 2 more in a row. And let's keep it going.
Let's go 3-1. Well, how many games?
4-1.
4-1 because we play 5 games. Yeah. I'll take one loss per month.
And let me say this. This is and I said it earlier, this game is a very, very deciding factor of the season. This is a pivotal game, in my opinion, because what? Wow. Wow, that must be your partner. It's your friend, Mike.
The hell? What was that? Nobody's protecting Will Levis.
So
folks laughing at that.
So let me go back to my point. When I talk about how pivotal this game is, and I'm gonna end it after this, it's because you look at the rest of the schedule and the daunting task of this schedule that we previously thought about. When you talk about the Packers, everybody's like, "Oh, the Packers." He said, "AD." When you talk about the Packers, they don't look as daunting of a team as they did before the season started. You go down the list of the rest of the schedule. We talked about the Miami Dolphins. I mean, is Tua back? If Tua not back, is Tua playing the rest of this season? We don't know. Are they going with Tyler Huntley the rest of the season? We don't know. If so, does that game make you nervous at all?
Yep. Make me nervous because we no goddamn games that we let motherfuckers stay in. So yeah.
But I'm saying, I understand that. But I'm saying, like, as far as there's still the level of that team is still up there. But I'm saying compared to the beginning of the season to where we are now, even the Chiefs are beatable. And as much as we excited about being 3-1, we can easily be 1-3. Same thing with the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 4-1, but let's be honest, they could easily be 0-4 right now. Every single one of their games came down to like some bullshit ref call or some craziness at the end of the game.
But isn't that
is Baltimore 2-2 or 1-3?
3-1.
No, they're 2-2 now.
They 2-2. I'm like, they ain't no 3. I know they ain't 3-1. They started off 0-2.
They start off 0-2, so they can't be but 2-2.
Right. I was like, they started off 0-2, so I know they ain't 3-1.
What I'm saying is,
but again, Baltimore is flawed and Baltimore can be beat. So it's like the daunting task of the schedule. The Jets, I mean, come on now. They the
Mm,
Jets. They playing like the Jets. Cause like what are they? Are they 1-3? Or
yes. Yeah, they wanted
they
three.
one and
Trust me.
three.
Oh
And
yeah.
they about to play Minnesota
Yep. But they in London,
in London.
so
So
they.
we don't
Hey, that
know.
can go
We
either
don't
way.
know. That like, you're right. That's why I was about to say it can go either way. But if they lose that game, they 1-4. Now
Mm-hmm.
on Halloween, in a few weeks on Halloween, does that game look as daunting a task?
Yeah.
You know.
I know you're gonna be
Um,
like, God damn it, Swan.
but I'm just saying, my whole point is that all of these teams that some people counted as, guaranteed losses don't seem as such now. Because I think if you beat Buffalo, even with the injuries on Buffalo side, but if you beat Buffalo and you dominate them in that game, then you're setting a precedent for the rest of the season. That it doesn't matter what you put in front of us, we're going to come in, we're going to take care of business. So, that to me, they have to go and make a statement this game. Like you had a super opportunity to make a statement against Trevor Lawrence, and you failed to do so. This is one of those games. Pause. um, this is one of those games where you have to make a statement against the Buffalo Bills. Assert your dominance, assert your presence, make your presence be known, and sit yourself atop of the AFC, atop of the NFL. Because if you beat Buffalo and your only loss is to Minnesota in Minnesota so far, Tom Brady already said we the number 3 team. I would take Tom Brady's word. Power ranking. Yeah, you're right, Brandon. Texans really need to start 5-1. But at the end of the day, I say the Texans need to we all agree the Texans should win this game.
Yes.
Regardless if it's tight, blowout, I think everybody's in agreement, even the
Yes.
people in the comments, that this game, Texans should easily win this game. Not easily, but they should win this game. Let me say that. Um, but we will see it. We will see. But I do want to thank everybody in the chat. Brandon, Yvonne, Uncensored Cruz, Dre Day,
Okay. What are y'all doing?
Brandon,
Y'all like some boys in the class. Just, ugh.
YNG out from Cobra, Omar, Texas fan in rehab, Frank Z, Lagville. Appreciate y'all all. Big Sarge. Appreciate y'all all for coming through. Shout out Carlos as well on the Just Fans podcast, Chris Foley, the AJ Show, Bills fans, Daniel Berry. Shout out everybody in the comments and everybody watching us live. This has been another great episode of the H-Town Rundown. This is your boy AD with my co-host Auntie Swan and Mike G. And we will see y'all on another Victory Tuesday when we have the All 22 review. And we'll see y'all, man. Peace.